Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Sarah and today I'm going to talk about how to budget when you're broke. If you're not making ends meet or if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I saw online that 40% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So it's hard out here and it's hard to budget if you don't make enough money. If you're not making ends meet, how can you possibly budget? I'm going to share 5 tips that you can start to do to try to save money and budget your money better. I hope that you enjoy this video. Let's get started. So tip number 1 is credit is key. Knowing what's on your credit report and knowing your credit score is so important. This is like the foundation to having a budget. This is going to affect your interest rate, how much your mortgage payments or your car payments are going to be. If you don't have good credit, it's going to make it go up way more, which is in turn going to take away from your budget. So knowing what's on your credit report is super important. No credit is bad credit. So even if you're not using your credit, you have no credit cards, you have no lines of credit, nothing has to do with your credit, that's basically like having bad credit. It's important to start building your credit and know what's on there. So I have been using Credit Sesame to monitor my credit report. It gives you real-time updates and they also give you tools to work on things that need to be worked on. They have a website and an app that you guys can use. I'm going to put a link in the description box below. It's free to sign up. It's easy to sign up. You guys, I would definitely suggest everybody monitors their credit report so you can see and know what's on there. Sometimes people don't even know things that have been put on there. Know what's on there, take control of your credit, build up that number. If you have no credit, you have never had a credit card, you don't have any lines of credit, get a small credit card. Pay that credit card on time so that you can boost up your score so that you can afford the house or the car that you want to. Definitely credit is key, and this is the first step to knowing a budget or getting your budget under control so that you can know what you have to pay. So again, the link to Credit Sesame will be in the description box below. Sign up and let me know if you have. So the second tip would be to stop the bank fees. I have totally cut out using a bank's debit card because they charge you the craziest overdraft fees. Something that was $7.99 could end up being $37.99 by the time they've added in all of their fees. This can happen sometimes if you don't have enough money in the bank or if you're waiting for your next paycheck to roll around, you don't know when things are going to hit. I have started using a PayPal prepaid card. I will have the link to the one that I use. It has saved my life and saved me so much money. I'm obsessed with this prepaid card, and sometimes prepaid cards get like a bad, I feel like people don't look at them the same, but they work just the same, but instead of the overdraft fees, they may just put the amount through, say Netflix for $7.99, they'll put it through, but they don't add on the fee. Everything that we pay that needs to be paid online, over the phone, through a debit card, we use the prepaid card. And when it's time to pay that bill, we put the money onto that card or make sure the money is on the card, and it has cut out all of the not knowing when things are going to hit. If you guys have problems with overdrafts or you feel like your account's being taxed a lot of bank fees, it's important to still have a bank account. You want to have your things direct deposited. You want to still work with the bank. So we still do use our bank account, but for the bank, we only use an ATM card. No Visa, MasterCard logo. All it is just a straight ATM. If you need to pull out money, you can do it that way. We like to try to use it at Wawa or at the thing so that you're not getting hit with like double ATM fees, but it has really saved us a ton of money by just using the ATM card. So the number 3 tip is to save without knowing. A lot of employers will allow you to split up percentages of your paycheck and put it into separate accounts. So you could set up a separate savings account and have $10, $15, $20, however much you can afford without really hurting you. Have that direct deposited into another savings account that you do not touch, that's not linked to your checking account. It may even be at a completely different bank. This way you are saving money without even knowing it. And if you're like, what, I have to trick myself into thinking that I'm saving something, so I'll like hide money under the mattress and not even try to remember that it's there. It's kind of the same thing. So if you work, or if your husband works, or maybe both of you work, one of you could just do it. It's important to try to put something away, whatever you possibly can, even if it's just $5, and this is a good way to do it if you don't think that you can do it yourself. So the number 4 tip is the envelope system. This system has saved me when I was starting off. Bobby and I were living together. Everything, all of your expenses, all of your bills, everything that you spend money on are tracked on these envelopes. It doesn't have to be actual envelopes, but it kind of helps to see everything like that. It's important to write out every single bill that you pay out of your paycheck, every single expense, and you put that amount of money into those envelopes, and when it's time to pay the bill, you would put it onto your prepaid credit card and pay it that way. You have to track for things like travel expenses, back and forth to work, gas, your cell phone if you're paying that, but write those all down. However they need to be paid, you could put that money onto the prepaid card, and basically the prepaid card is everything going out. You would use your ATM or your bank account for everything coming in. So we like to keep those things separate. The things that are going out stays on the prepaid card, and the things that are coming in stays into the bank account so that they don't get all mixed up. This is good too by doing the envelope system, because you take everything out of the checking account and you put it into the envelopes. And if you're going to be saving money, you can put it into the savings account. It's like all a circle. So you have money coming in, you put it into the envelopes, into their each allotted spot, how much they need, how much each bill is, and then you put it back to the debit card, or maybe even a separate checking account, something that's separate from where your money is going in. Keep those two things separate so that they don't get mixed up. And number 5 is track everything. If you are a 2-person household like we are, one is probably more of the tracker than the other, but save your receipts. When you go to get gas, get a receipt. When you go to get a drink, get the receipt. Bring all of the receipts home, and then you can track exactly what you're spending money on. I feel like we spend money on like the smallest stuff. It'll be like such the little silliest stuff, but if I can see a receipt for it and I've brought 5 coffees in that week, it allows me to know where the money is going. Have your spouse bring home the receipts too. There's a box right back there. I just put all of the receipts in, and I save receipts. I've always saved receipts. It's important to save all of your receipts. You can do it on pen and paper and just write down the things, or if you want to get a little fancy and put it on the computer and really put in the budget, the numbers of what you're spending. Tracking everything can really let you see and get a visual on what you're spending money on. So those are my 5 tips on how to budget when you're broke. My tips or suggestions, you could take away just one of them or you could try them all. It's all about seeing what works for you and your family and then sticking to that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, share it with a friend. Maybe you know somebody that wants to save some money. Let me know your input. Get the conversation going. I want to know what you guys do to save money and budget for you and your family. Again, I'm going to have a link to the Credit Sesame. You can sign up for free, track your credit report. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you doing it? Do you think you want to try? Let me know. I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on credit. Share the word, share the information, get the conversation going. Let's help each other in the comments down below. I hope that you guys can take one of these tips away and use them for yourself. I love you guys. I hope that you're having an amazing day and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye guys!